Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Health 360. The first week of January is almost over. And on the show today, we want to tell our viewers about strategies to overcome year-end fatigue and start the new year on a fresh plate. We also want to put the spotlight on weighty problems and how the diets that have been raging big in 2024 will continue to be the most followed diets for weight loss even in 2025. Also on the show, the viral trend of protein and Diet Coke. You heard that right. I'm Sneha Mordani. You're watching Health 360. Do you just end up feeling a little low around this time of the year? Unfinished tasks, unmet goals, a daunting year ahead. The best thing to do perhaps would be to plan an emotional reset. What exactly is that? How can you go about it? We're telling you more in this report. The year has drawn to a close and we are in the new year. Many experience emotional and mental fatigue during this time. A natural response to the accumulated stress of ongoing demands, deadlines, and unmet goals. This is called year-end fatigue. All of us feel a sense of exhaustion, a feeling of unfinished tasks.
If you are in a situation with someone or in your work area, what are the areas and what are the things that really trouble you about yourself? Your this behavior, that behavior. It's only awareness that can reset everything that you want in life, including emotional reset.
Deep breathing and mindfulness help is what experts say.
It is important for everybody to realize that we do it all the time, but we do it unconsciously. After a long run and when you're too tired, you stop and you're like, you deep breathe and you suddenly relax. We don't realize why, but we do. So that deep breath, that one deep breath is a sigh of relief for our mind. It's just an expression, it doesn't help. But when you do it regularly, in a pattern, in a systematic way, it actually switches your brain from anxiety to calmness. Inhale for 10, pause for 10, like hold the air here, and exhale for 10. It takes your brain from alpha to theta, is where the biggest creation, the biggest manifestation and the success rate happens.
The quest for perfection also is a driving factor in making one compare with others, hence driving up the stress.
The only way a human being can try and walk towards perfection is not by being perfect, but by not repeating the mistakes. World and lifetime is enough to have new mistakes every time. If you don't repeat your mistakes and you learn from your lessons, that means you're on path of walking towards the idealism or perfectionism. You will never attain it, but you'll be closer to it. People will find and will see a perfectionist attitude in you.
Weight loss is always on top of all our minds, isn't it? I mean, who doesn't really want to be in shape? No wonder that the internet has been buzzing for years together now with all kinds of weight loss diets. 2024 has not been different. A lot of us have ended up these viral trending diets. What were these diets and how will they continue to be the top trends even in 2025? They were a rage in 2024 and dominated our Instagram feeds, our timelines, and also made way into our lives. I'm telling you about the weight loss diets that became blazing hot in 2024 and possibly will get hotter and more popular in 2025. The 75 Hard Challenge, created by Andy Frisella in 2019, became a rage in India this year. These were the rules of 75 Hard. No cheat meals or alcohol for the full 75 days consecutively. Exercise twice a day for 45 minutes each time, with at least one session happening outside. Reading 10 pages of a book every single day. The book should be non-fiction and focus on self-improvement. In India, fitness influencer Ankit got new fame when he launched the demanding 75 Hard Challenge on Instagram to enhance his mental fortitude and self-discipline. Later, a weight loss method known as a 30-30-30 approach also went viral on TikTok. This diet involved eating 30 grams of protein during the first 30 minutes of your day before completing 30 minutes of low-intensity exercise. Experts say exercising and increasing your protein intake in the morning may contribute to a calorie deficit and help you make healthier choices throughout the day.
The 30-30 rule is, in the first 30 minutes of waking up, you consume 30 grams of protein and then you immediately do 30 minutes of cardio. So this system has started recently and a lot of people have seen some amazing results because they're able to burn more fat. So the con over there is, for me as a natural nutritionist, is that in the macros, protein, carbs and fats, I prefer people to not take supplements, but I prefer for them to take natural food.
Here's what I eat in a day as a dietitian who
The 90-30-50 diet began trending in the year 2024, quickly gaining attention on social media with its fair share of likes and shares.
recipe calls for both chocolate protein powder and collagen, and it had 44 grams of protein. For lunch, I had this quick chicken coleslaw salad. I love adding coleslaw mix for a one-pan dish. It offers a ton of...
This diet promises weight loss and better overall health with a simple formula: 90 grams of protein, 30 grams of fiber, and 50 grams of fat every single day. It sounds easy enough, but the real question is, does it really work?
So what is this 90-30-50? It means you take 50 grams of carbohydrate, 30 grams of fat and 90 grams of protein. What people do, the mistake is they do low carbohydrate, low fat and low protein. And that's where they begin to lose weight very fast, 5-10 kgs, but they have lost muscle. And the moment they get off that low calorie diet, they bounce back with fat because now your muscle is much smaller. So at the end of the day, all of these diets have some science behind it, but no one size fits every person.
And this one actually looked doable. The Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes on plant-based foods and healthy fats. Well, you mostly eat veggies, fruits and whole grains. Extra virgin oil is the main source of fat. The Mediterranean diet can lower your risk of cardiovascular diseases and many other chronic conditions. Then the 5-25-25 diet went viral in 2024. The plan is the brainchild of US-based online fitness coach Julie Capozziello. Whatever diet plan you decided to choose in 2024 and decide to go ahead with in 2025, remember, it should be tailored to your specific body type, your needs and your health conditions. Well, talking about diets, eating meat and only meat. A carnivore diet is what a lot of people are going for and have tried this time around. What really is an all meat or a carnivore diet? Is it really for you? We explore. Imagine having only meat, eggs, butter and nothing else. No grains, no fruits, no vegetables. On Instagram and TikTok, health influencers are advocating a carnivore diet. The diet has gained popularity with several social media influencers claiming it rapidly aids weight loss. Ketogenic diets work like this. They lack sufficient calories from glucose and other sugars. As a result, the body begins to burn fat for energy, producing ketones in the process. These ketones enter the bloodstream, causing the blood's normal acid-base balance to shift, making it more acidic, which is a condition known as ketosis. So how does it help you lose weight?
Ketogenic diet is basically the use of fats. We are consuming, one person is consuming more of fats, so body is using fat as a utilization of energy and all. Though it's just giving you the good result because you are restricting your diet to fats and maybe some amount of protein, not the adequate amount. So that's why you are getting a good results.
Certain nutrients like potassium and magnesium are found only in plant-based foods. Animal foods lack these nutrients. Plant-based foods are also rich in antioxidants, which play a protective role against cancer and oxidative stress.
Ketogenic diet is only consists of more of fats and very less amount of protein, so that is lacking behind in fruits, vegetables, which contain high amount of fiber and vitamins and minerals, so which can lead to constipation, abdominal discomfort and many other nutritional deficiency, as one person is not able to consume the nutrition properly. They are more focusing on the fats to get energy.
The carnivore diet can lead to nutrient and vitamin deficiencies, especially vitamin C, which is primarily found in fruits and vegetables. Constipation is another major issue due to the lack of fruits and vegetables, which provide fiber for digestive health. Fiber is necessary for healthy bowel movements. Animal fat is mostly saturated fat, which is the unhealthiest type of fat because it raises LDL, which is bad cholesterol. According to a Harvard study, the carnivore diet can increase the risk of kidney stones, gout, osteoporosis, heart attacks, and strokes. In conclusion, if the carnivore diet is followed on a long-term basis, it will lead to nutritional deficiencies and health issues. A balanced diet that includes both plant-based and animal-based foods is generally recommended for sustained health. This is Diet Coke, and a lot of people enjoy Diet Coke. Well, a lot of people also seem to be enjoying Diet Coke mixed with protein powder, and this, they say, is actually an interesting combination when it comes to your post-workout drink. Diet Coke mixed with protein powder. What do you think about it? Would you try this? I will not.
Have you ever tried Diet Coke with a protein shake? I haven't either. Let's try it. This is the best sound in the world.
Now, when it comes to the trending combination of protein shakes and Diet Coke, experts have shared their thoughts and the consensus is not overly optimistic.
Top it off. Let's give it a go.
So these all contain carbonated drinks. These basically carbon dioxide gas, which generally creates bloating and discomfort. And plus these also contain protein additives, which is sensitive to maximum people. So that's why it's creating bloating and abdominal discomfort. Plus it's also contain artificial sweeteners, which are not easily digestible by the abdomen. So these are the reasons it's creating more of gastric and discomfort and bloating kind of symptoms.
The combination does not enhance the nutritional value of protein shakes.
All the carbonated drinks that contain a more amount of carbon dioxide gas and more of empty calories rather than other vitamins, minerals, protein, which is the important aspects of the body to work properly. So they are lacking behind in these things. So empty calories can only give you additional weight gain or bloating or gut. It also affects the gut microbiota, which will create a constipation and other gastric issues.
To avoid bloating and for better nutrient absorption, this isn't something that most nutritionists would recommend, would they? I mean, at the end of the day, this is empty sugar. And if it is Diet Coke, it's not even empty sugar, it's aspartame, which anyway is considered not very good for health. So a carbonated drink which has got just no nutrients, along with protein powder, this combination could lead to problems. And that's the reason why many nutritionists would say that if you have to take protein powder, it has to be with the tried and tested methods. Like, for example, either water or milk, whatever you prefer. But certainly not this protein Diet Coke combination. There's been an alarming increase in childhood myopia in India. Figures and trends tend to indicate that we are going in the direction of an epidemic when it comes to kids between the ages of 5 to 15 getting affected by nearsightedness. Of course, gadgets and excessive consumption of media is a reason, but there are other factors as well. The good news, though, is that early signs can be picked up by parents. If you are a parent and you're concerned about the well-being of your child, this report on myopia is for you. Digital detox has been a big buzzword, and all the more so for 2025, where the world will be coming up with new ways and means to get themselves and their kids off media. Why so? Yes, the focus will be on mental health and working on dealing with addiction and anxiety. But also, this has got to do with another mounting problem, that of childhood myopia. Myopia or nearsightedness is becoming an increasing concern in India, particularly among kids. A recent study titled Time Trends on the Prevalence of Myopia in India, a prediction model for 2050, highlights this growing issue, showing a dramatic rise in the prevalence of myopia among urban children between the ages of 5 to 15. The rate has surged from 4.44% in 1999 to 21.15% in 2019, indicating a significant shift in eye health trends over the past 2 decades. At this rate, 31.8% of kids in India will develop myopia by the year 2030, over 40% by 2040, and a concerning 48.14% by 2050. If this trend continues, the generational impact, a condition that typically persists for life, will drive up overall rates across all ages by over 10% over the next 3 decades.
Myopia or nearsightedness, which is the requirement for glasses for seeing far, have increased a lot in the last decade. The numbers have actually doubled. And this is related a lot to the near activities that people are doing, to the COVID pandemic that made us all get indoors, to the increasing level of pollution, which is again keeping the children indoors, not allowing them to see far. And so this is why we have seen such an increase in myopia in the last decade. In fact, today, 1 in every 10 child in the age group of 5 to 15 is having glasses.
The COVID-19 pandemic has also worsened this crisis.
Screens offer a continuous stream of stimulation that can be difficult for people, especially children, to ignore. Screens, whether of mobile, tablet, computer, are a window to see the world. Since children are seekers of information circulating around us, they conveniently get addicted to the computer screens.
Experts say regular eye checkups are an absolute must.
So the risk factors for myopia in a child at a young age and why you should suspect myopia is primarily, based on if the parents have myopia. Both the parents have myopia, very high risk. If other sibling has a myopia, if the child was premature, low birth weight, child was doing a lot of near activity from early on, child is reluctant to do, far activity, go out and play. All these could be risk factors and symptoms that, the child requires an eye checkup.
Experts also say it's imperative to get kids outdoors. Time in nature is essential.
Myopia research has identified dopamine in the retina as a key neurotransmitter, which is involved in signaling cascade that regulates refractive development and ocular growth of the eye. Exposure to natural light, sunlight, during the outdoor activities is believed to trigger increased dopamine release in the retina. This surge in dopamine activity could help regulate eye growth and counteract the effects of near work.
For relaxing your eye muscles and reducing the strain on your eyes, eye doctors nowadays recommend the 20-20-20 rule. So what is the 20-20-20 rule? Essentially, when you're looking at your gadget for 20 minutes, what you can do after 20 minutes is that you look away and you look at an object which is 20 feet away. For 20 seconds, you hold that look. Essentially, this is the 20 minutes of gadget use. 20 feet away, you look at an object and you hold that look for 20 seconds. This is the simple 20-20-20 rule. Doctors say by following this, and more so nowadays, given that we are all hooked to our gadgets, we will be doing our eyes a favor.
Screen has become a major factor in development of myopia. It is important for children to have a regulated screen time. As parents and guardians and teachers at home and at school, we have to ensure that children have a regulated screen time, not more than 20 minutes at a stretch, and ideally not more than an hour or an hour and a half in a day, and that also on activities which are not very fast moving on the screen.
Doctors also warn, saying that early signs can be picked up.
If your child seems to be rubbing his eyes very often, squinting like that in trying to see the blackboard, having difficulty in copying numbers or alphabets from the blackboard, repeatedly having watering of eyes, eye infections, these could all be symptoms and signs of myopia, and get your child checked up.
Lifestyle changes are also important.
We should encourage our children to do outdoor activities in sunlight and reduce the screen exposure to ensure your child's eye health is protected. By taking these steps, we can prevent the growing myopia crisis and safeguard our children.
Inadequate nutrition is also a reason behind rising cases of short-sightedness in children.
Diet plays an important role in eye health. There is no direct correlation between diet and myopia, but we know that a healthy diet is very important for healthy eyesight. So we have to have a diet rich in vitamin A, C, E, certain micronutrients. So green leafy vegetables, carrots, beetroot, papaya, almonds, walnuts, amla, all these factors are helpful to improve the child's eye health. We want to avoid children eating processed foods. When children eat a lot of processed foods, they do not get the micronutrients and vitamins that they need for their eyesight, and therefore they end up with deficiencies.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Health 360. We hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we did, putting it together for you. We also hope you found it informative. You can find all of Health 360's reports up on our website. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Also, our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, X, that is Twitter, and Facebook carries these reports as well. The hashtag is Health360 or Health360+. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Take very good care of yourself.